Hey, Shalom Akim. Of course, I want to start off by saying, Call Haloyim, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Kalkmadash. Double honors to the apostles, the elders, that great millstone. Shalom to the Akim out there in the elect. Of course, that's the men, women, and children selected to make it out of here from the coming destruction, all right? I'm the brother Zion Allah of the DC camp, coming at you in another video. You can see it on here. It's funny because as soon as I got up early in the morning, I looked at my phone and then, I kind of looked at my emails and stuff like that. Looked on Yahoo, and all of a sudden I seen this on Yahoo. Okay. Then I looked at my phone. I'm about to send it to Bros. Bros already done sent it, man. Brother already done did, a video, as you can see right here. GMS put on the elect. Already did a video on it. All right. I'm gonna go into that. All right. It's basically, as you can see, Viacom CBS drops Nick Cannon cites anti-Semitic comments, and it was during that episode that Nick Cannon had on his show when he had with, the dude known as Professor Griff, okay? And he's basically going into, even though it was a lot of stuff that he said in error, okay, all right, it was certain things he said, of course, that were truth. And guess what? It was looked at as anti-Semitic, all right? And I want to touch on, anti-Semitic, because brothers always go into it. We always say it. Brothers show you. I just want to give you a visual, man, okay, on this aspect, all right? This is Galatians 4 and verse 16. I want to start off with this quote, all right? It says, "Am I therefore," this scripture was quoted from Paul, all right? It says, "Am I therefore become your enemy because I tell you the truth?" And guess what? We're enemies of these people, all right? Because guess what? We preach the truth, man. The truth hurts, the truth cuts, and therefore they are our sworn enemy. We know through the scriptures that, Esau, especially Amalek, okay, who's going around calling himself Jewish, they're not the real Jews, man. According to the scriptures, according to prophecy, according to history, how things are, they weren't the real Jews, man. On the Egyptian hieroglyphs, where you see Egyptians having a group of dark-skinned people, brown-skinned people as slaves, who is that? You see, according to the scriptures, man. All right. So our enemies don't like it when the truth comes out because it cuts them. All right. And identifies that they're the devil or the deceiver, as the word devil means slander and deceiver. Okay. So it says, "Am I therefore become your enemy because I tell you the truth?" And the truth hurts, man. All right. The truth hurts. As a matter of fact, let me just get, these scriptures. All right. Jeremiah 5 and verse 14. All right. Because if these scriptures apply to Israel, how much more so the other nations, man? Because they're really not even talking about the other nations. But guess what? It cuts them just as much, man. You see? All right. Look, for example, when I go into and you know what I'm gonna get. It's because I'm explaining the reason why I said that. All right. When you go to Revelation 2, all right. When you go to Revelations 2 and 9, it says, "I know thy works and tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich." Talking about Israel. We're rich through faith. That's how we're rich, man. Okay? So there's the riches of the world, and then guess what? There's the riches of faith. All right, all things are two and two. If there's a physical aspect of something, there's a spiritual aspect of it. Okay? And it says, "And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan." Now that's talking about Israel, man, the wicked of our nation. All right. But we also use the same scripture to apply to Amalek. A lot of them that are calling themselves Jews today or Jewish today, man. All right. We use the same scripture to apply to them, man. All right. And really, this is not even applying to them. Like I said, it applies to Israel. But guess what? Since they want to call themselves the people of the Lord, since they want to call themselves us, guess what? This is going to attach itself to them, man. All right. So guess what? This word cuts the heathen as well, man. You see? All right. I'm going back. Jeremiah 5 and 14 says, "Wherefore thus saith the Lord, power of hosts, because ye speak this word, these scriptures, okay, Behold, I will make my words in thy mouth fire, and this people wood, and it shall devour them. If it's going to devour the wicked of our nation, it's damn sure going to devour the other heathen, the other nations, man, that don't have any stake in this. You see, that's what I was getting at. All right, now going into a little bit of this right here. Okay, Viacom, Viacom drops Nick Cannon cites anti-Semitic comments. Okay, it says Nick Cannon's hateful speech and anti-Semitic theories led Viacom to cut ties with the TV host and producer, the media giant said. Like I said, brothers was already on it. You see, GMS put on the elect. Brothers already sent it in the chat early. I'm thinking, I gotta let brothers know, send it out or whatever. And brothers already on it, man. All right. It says, the media giant said Viacom CBS condemns bigotry of any kind, and we categorically denounce all forms of anti-Semitism. The company said in a statement Tuesday it is determining its relationship with Cannon, Viacom said. You see? So they cut ties with Nick Cannon because they believe he said things out of what? He said things concerning anti-Semitism. All right. We have spoken with Nick Cannon about an episode of his podcast, Cannon's Class on YouTube, which promoted hateful speech and spread anti-Semitic conspiracy theories. Okay. All right. While we support ongoing education and dialogue in the fight against bigotry, we are deeply troubled that Nick has failed to acknowledge or apologize for perpetuating anti-Semitism, and we are and we are terminating our relationship with him, the company said. See? All right? Because what they believe that he says, what they believe he said was anti-Semitic, which is bullshit. All right? And I'm going to go into the terms. All right? So I'm going to drop this. All right? What is anti-Semitism? Like I said, brothers always going to it. Our apostle elders, brothers, all around, always going to this. They showed you what the word meant. You're going to the scriptures. I'm just showing you what the word means again, giving you a visual, man. All right. Just like the apostle Gabar was like, stop with all this black crap, man. It's time to stop with this black crap. It's time to stop with these words that don't mean what they are, man. Okay. But black doesn't mean that you shouldn't be calling yourself black because that's not who you are, man. That's a color that's been placed on you, and it's not even who you are. All right, we're not even black, so stop calling yourself black. All right, when you hear words like anti-Semitism, you need to go into these words. What does it mean? They keep saying, "Oh, it's anti-Semitism and racism and bigotry." Well, let's go into what anti-Semitism means, man. All right, it says the belief or behavior hostile toward Jews just because they are Jewish. It may take the form of religious teachings that proclaim the inferiority of Jews, for instance, or political efforts to isolate, oppress, or otherwise inquire them. It may also include prejudice or stereotype views about Jews. Now, mind you, Nick Cannon is saying that he's the real Jew. He's saying that he's a Hebrew. All right. So how is he being anti-Semitic when he's promoting that he's the real Hebrew or he's the real Jew? All right. Because at the end of the day, they're pushing hostility towards anybody else claiming that they're Jewish, man, or Jews. Okay. All right. And we come out and say that we're Jews, they're saying that's hatred towards them. All right. Just by saying that we're Jews, that's hatred towards them. All right. That's anti-Semitic, which how do you know that how do you even know that you're a Jew? By way of the scriptures, man. The scriptures let you know. Okay. All right. And it says anti-Semitism, right? And we know anti means against, even they put anti and then a dash. So we know that anti means against. Let's focus on this word Semitism, because they said the belief or behavior hostile toward Jews just because they are Jewish. Okay. Let's go into Semitism straight up. It says Semitic character or qualities. A characteristic feature of a Semitic language occurring in another language. policy or predisposition favorable to Jews. Okay? Okay, so still doesn't tell us much. Says Semitic language. Well, Semitism, the ism is dealing with Semitic. Okay, so now we have to go even further, right? Let's go to Semitic. Okay, of relating to or constituting a subfamily of the Afro-Asiatic language family that includes Hebrew, Aramaic, Arabic, and Amharic. Okay, all right. So it says Hebrew, Aramaic, Arabic, and Amharic. If I'm saying it correctly, Salaki if I'm not. Okay. All right, but we still got to get more into it because now it talks about a language family that includes this. All right, but we got to go more into, you know, the people aspect of it being a people. Okay, all right, not the language, more so the people. All right, like number two, it says relating to or characteristic of the Semites. See, now we got to get into the people because a ite means that you're a people of something. Okay, all right. So of relating to or characteristic of the Semites. Okay, so now we're going to go from Semitic to, and then they're saying Jewish right there. All right, we're going to go to Semitic to Semites. Okay, a Semite. Now it says a member. Now it's dealing with people. All right, a member of any, because he could obviously they didn't fire Nick Cannon for him being anti against the language. Okay, it's anti-Semitic. Okay, it says a member of any of a number of peoples of ancient southwestern Asia, including the Akkadians, Phoenicians, Hebrews, and Arabs. But the Phoenicians are not a part of Semites, man. Okay, and we're going to go through the scriptures. Okay, the Phoenicians are a part of Ham. Okay, all right. The Phoenicians are a part of Ham. The Phoenicians are another way of saying the Canaanites. Okay, all right. Phoenicians, it says Hebrews and Arabs, a descendant of these people. All right. So was Nick Cannon and even Professor Griff, because like I said, even though they went off on certain things, they still said that they were the Hebrews. So are Nick Cannon and Professor Griff saying that they're against the different peoples? We're about to find out. Are they being anti-Semitic? We're about to find out. All right. Let's go into the scriptures. This is Genesis 10. All right. This is Genesis 10 and verse 21. Unto Shem also, the father of all the children of Eber, the brother of Japhet, the elder, even to him were children born. Okay. The children of Shem, Elam, and Ashur, and Arphaxad, and Lud, and Aram. Okay. And you go into these words. Shem is Shem. Okay. Which Shem just means name. Okay. All right. It means name. All right. Elam. Okay. Elam are the modern day Persians or the Iranians today. Okay. All right. People around that land because those are the East Indians. Okay. All right. See? And when you go deeper into it, see a province of Persia. Okay. And you have Arphaxad. And guess what? We come out of this line of Arphaxad. Okay. All right. It's A-Ra-Pa, Arapak. Okay. Because that's a Ka, Arapak. Then it's Shah, Shah and a Da. Arapak Shad. Okay. It's Arapak Shad. Or it can be Arapakashad. Okay. For Arphaxad. Arapakashad or Arapak Shad. Okay. Just so you can get an idea, getting close on saying that name in the Hebrew. Okay. All right. And guess what he was? All right. It says Ashur fell as the breast. Okay. He's cursed of the bottle, of breast bottle. Okay. It says that what? The third son of Shem. All right. And when we go into that, guess what? Through that line, we come through that line all the way down. Okay. The Israelites. Okay. You have Lud. All right. Lawad. Lawad. Okay. Strife, the fourth listed son of Shem. Okay. All right. Then it says Aram. And we know the Aram are who? The Syrians, right? Look, Aram. All right. Aram. Aram or Syria. Okay. All right. But I wanted to did I skip one? Ashur? Yeah, I think I skipped one. Salakia. Uh, Ashawara. Ashawar. Okay, Ashawar, that's Ashur. That's where you get the Assyrians from. All right. So Shem actually had all these nations under him, and then more so when you go down the line. Okay. Because down within this line, of course, you're going to go all the way down to Abraham, and then Abraham had who? Abraham had Ishmael. Abraham had Isaac. Okay. And Ishmael was the progenitor of what? The Arabs, the so-called Arabs today, the Ishmaelites. Okay. And guess what? They're Shem. Okay. Through Isaac, you had what? You had Jacob and Esau. Okay. Esau is a Shemite. Okay. But Jacob is also the Shemites. Okay. The other children of Abraham, the other 6 children he had, what? They're all Shemites. Okay. All right. So what is this anti-Semitism? Because when we broke down the word, it goes all the way to the member of a number of peoples. And then when you go to the table of nations, it tells you all the children of Shem. So it encompasses a range of people, not just Jewish. When you go to the scriptures, it encompasses a range or multitude of people, different peoples, not just Jewish. Okay? And there's no such thing as Jewish. It's either you're a Jew or not. Okay? Concerning that word. Okay? All right? It says, the children of Shem, Elam, and Asher, and Arphaxad, and Lud, and Aram. Okay? Let's go to something else. Okay? Right here. All right? Let's see, Jim. I've typed in a GMS table of nations so it can pop up. So you can see.
Shalom.
Oh, well, it went straight to the Apostles' channel. Let's go. All right, you can see right here, table of nations. Okay. All right, table of nations. And then there was another one I found, Josephus. All right, table of nations. All right. From Noah on down. All right. Yeah, this is a good one. Okay. All right, table of nations. As we read, Noah had Shem, and Shem had these children. Okay. And then you had from our Faxas line all the way down. Okay. Until you get to us, basically. All right. Peleg, Joktan. See, it says from Peleg all the way to Yahushai. All right. Because from this line, it goes all the way, Salakia, to Yahushai, the Israelites. Okay. Let me go down to the other one, Josephus's table of nations. Okay. Shem, Elam, Ashur, Arphaxad, Aram, Lud, right? Right? Then he gives Arphaxad, Salah, Eber, and then you have Peleg and Joktan. He gives Joktan and just give the rest to Peleg. But when you go through the scriptures, that's what we're here for. Because the other one said to Hamashiach, or the anointed, which we know is Yahushai. All right, but let's get more specific. All right, Genesis 11 in verse 10. These are the generations of Shem. Shem was 100 years old and begat Arphaxad 2 years after the flood. And Shem lived after he begat Arphaxad 500 years and begat sons and daughters. And Arphaxad lived 5 and 30 years, all right, and begat Salah. And Arphaxad lived after he begat Salah 403 years and begat sons and daughters. So it goes down Arphaxad, Salah, Eber, okay, Eber to Peleg, Peleg to Ru, all right, to Sarug to Nahor, okay, Nahor to Terah, Terah to Abraham, Nahor, and Haran. And then that's where what? Abraham came in, you see? All right. So that line goes all the way back to Shem. Okay. And guess what? We come out of that. We come out of the loins of Abraham. Our forefather Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, us. You see? All right. So guess what? It's a whole bunch of nations that are what? Actually classified as Shem. All right. But guess what? They've coined this word. They've coined this word. Let me see. Semitism, Salakia. Let me go. Semitic. They coined this word Semitism, Semitic, just to mean just Jewish. Just basically just to mean just them. That's what they did. They were past the scriptures. They denounced the scriptures, the ancient scrolls, because they too supposedly believe in the Old Testament, in the Talmud, okay, and other things like that. All right. But in the Old Testament, it tells you about the different nations. They bypassed that and said it just means them. That's the devil. That's what the devil would do. And this is why we apply this scripture to them. I know thou works in tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich. And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan. Okay? All right. Now, this right here, this would be considered hate speech, and it's preaching the truth. I didn't say anything wrong. Okay? We didn't say anything wrong, but in their eyes, they're making this word wrong, man. Okay? All right. What's that? Called evil good. This is Isaiah 5:20. Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil. Okay? And it says woe means destruction. All right. And that's what they basically did. They're taking the scriptures and they're calling what? They're calling good evil. They're calling what is written the good of the scriptures, the words of Yahweh Shem Shai, and they're saying that's evil, man. Okay, just for preaching the word and bringing it out, it's evil. That's why we're their enemies for telling the truth. Because this is looked at as evil. The truth is evil to them, man. Okay? That put darkness for light and light for darkness. Okay? And that's what they did. They put this light, okay, this is light. They put it for darkness. Okay? That put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. Okay? All right? So ultimately, everybody who's doing this, they're going to get the woe, which means destruction, lamentation, mourning. Okay? All right? But we're going to go to another aspect. All right? We got anti-Semitism, Semitic. All right, let's deal with Viacom. Because like I said, another reason for this video is to give you a visual. Okay? Viacom. It says, Viacom 2005 to 2019. You can read some of these if you want. It talks about Viacom, the second Viacom comprised Viacom Media Networks, Paramount Pictures, a list of things. Viacom CBS. Let's go to the people behind Viacom. Early years. Okay. You can read some of that too. Okay. The rivalry between, you can read some of this, but I want to go into this. This is after the departure of Mel Karmazin in 2004. Okay. All right. Let's see if it shows it again. All right. It says, Sumner Redstone, who served as chairman and chief executive officer, decided to split the offices of president and chief operating officer between Moonves and Freshton. Redstone was set to retire in the near future, and a split was seen as a creative solution to the matter of replacing him. It was also intended to provide alternative investments that would be more appealing to investors. Okay, let me see. All right. Wow. The second Viacom was created and headed by Freshton. It consists BET Networks, okay, MTV, and Paramount Pictures. All right. Now, mind you, BET, so-called Black Entertainment Television, see? All right, is owned by Viacom. All right. Let me see. Now let's go to Sumner Redstone. Okay. Sumner Murray Redstone, born Sumner Murray Rothstein, is an American businessman and media magnate. He is the majority owner and chairman of the board of the National Amusements Theater chain. Okay. All right. Redstone and his family. I'm kind of skimming through. Redstone and his family are majority voting shareholders of Viacom. Now, if you're the majority shareholder of anything, you have the say. See, no matter who else is the face of it or not, you have the say. All right. It says it says Redstone was formerly the executive chairman of both CBS and Viacom in 2006 at the age 92. Redstone and chairman. Following a court order examination, he was ultimately succeeded by Les Moonves, because we're going to go into that too. I'm just now looking at that. All right. And Felipe Duman. Okay. But guess what? He was Rothstein, so he's a so-called Jew, man. Okay. All right. The so-called Jews are ahead or in charge of a lot of these media stations, man, and avenues. Let's look at this guy. You see, because he can be a lot of these guys. When you look at them, they go back to being so-called Jews. Look at this. I'm just looking at this for the first time, Malcolm. I'm just scrolling through this to see. It says Leslie Roy Moonves was born in Brooklyn, New York City, to a Jewish family. You see what I'm saying, man? So of course, if you come up with saying that you're the Hebrew Israelite or you're the Jew, they're saying that's anti-Semitism. That's anti-them, basically. Minus what the word means. You're saying you're anti-them. See that? And the word don't even mean that. But they've said, you know what? Semitism means us. That's it. See? So the top of Viacom right now, okay, is led by so-called Jews, man. All right? So is that fair? All right, that you get rid of somebody for saying that they're the real Jews? No. Okay? But to them, they're like, look, they're calling themselves the real Jews. That's anti-Semitic. All right? So you have him, then you have Felipe Duman. Okay, let me see, man. Oh, man. Early life and education, because now I'm just jumping straight to it. As an American businessman, all that mess, I'm jumping straight to it. Early life and education. Duman was born and raised in New York City. He's the son of Life magazine photographer Henry Duman, a Holocaust survivor. Enough said, man. Enough said, Akim. Enough said. All right? That's why this is happening, man. All right? You see? Because this Viacom, they're all being led and ran, all right, by so-called Jews, man. So if you come up with the truth and saying that you're really the Jews, you're an enemy. All right? All right? I'm gonna read, matter of fact, let me read Galatians one more time. All right? The truth is coming out, man. Galatians 4:16, am I therefore become your enemy? Because I tell you the truth, man. Yes, we have become their enemy because we tell them the truth, man, because they can't stand the truth, all right? So I just leave it at that. Call Halon Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, Ba'ashim Kwadash, for this truth that he has given us, man. The mercy that he has given us, man. Okay? By letting his son Yahushai come down and sacrifice himself for the nation of Israel and give us that grace period to come back. Okay? Call Haloyim Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, Ba'ashim Kwadash. All right? Shalom.